Hi, I'm Joe Pior with Blue Marble Consulting. And today I'd like to show you SAP Projects and Portfolio Management for capital projects. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the SAP Strategy Management solution. So as you can see, we can do a number of things here. Here from the Home tab, we can take a look at our dashboards and KPIs. So here we have an asset performance dashboard, and for each KPI, we can drill into relevant details and see a variety of metrics. We can also, from our strategy tab, take a look at our strategy map so we can see every item that makes up our strategy and click on any item to see the KPIs that make up that item or indicate the success of that objective, as well as the status of those KPIs. So we can see here we have a color code status, so red means not so good, green means that the KPI is performing well, and yellow is somewhere in the middle. We can also take a look at the strategy pathways here. So we also have individual items here, so we can take a look at the strengthened financial stability pathway and see we have two objectives that comprise that, and we can see both those are green, meaning the objectives are doing well. We also have a scorecard tab here in the strategy management solution. We can see here an overall list of all of our objectives, and then we can drill into any of these objectives and look at the details and see how we're doing in terms of performance for each of these objectives. Let's scroll down here and get some more information as well. Now we're going to take a look at portfolio management. So the overall structure of portfolio is reflected in a hierarchy of buckets, which allow you to flexibly categorize projects. You can break these buckets up into any level of detail, meaning each bucket can have several sub-buckets. Within the buckets, we have items and initiatives, and each bucket can have its own planning timelines and field services, such as questionnaires or scoring models, which are defined in the bucket details. So here we can take a look at the bucket structure. We can expand any of these buckets and see what comprises them. But we can also take a look at a visual view using the portfolio structure graphic and see the bucket hierarchy in this view as well. We can also take a look at classification hierarchies, and what they do is they provide an alternative view of the elements which you have in your portfolio. So you can break these elements down by a variety of structures. So here we have this energy generation alternate hierarchy, where we actually have these buckets for each region. We can, of course, expand the view for these, or take a look at the graphical representation of the hierarchy as well. Next, we're going to take a look at the initiative dashboard. So we can click here on portfolio initiatives. We can see a list of initiatives and key information and statuses for each via this dashboard. And we can also create initiatives from this dashboard as well. So we're going to click on create initiative. And the first thing we have to do is select a bucket for this initiative. So we're going to choose energy generation and then increase in production volume. And we're also going to assign an initiative type. The next thing we have to do is give this initiative a name. And we can also assign our own ID number to this initiative as well. And what we can also do is click on the classification tab, and here we can assign a category for this initiative. So here we're going to choose the proper category, and we're going to save our new initiative. The next thing we're going to do is create a new proposal item. So portfolio items are somewhat generic in that they can be project or product proposals and or active projects. Item status and configuration of current status determine whether an item is a proposal or a project. And a proposal can also evolve into an active project. So we're going to take a look at our portfolio initiatives here. And we're going to select the one we just created and open that up. And what we're going to do now is click on the Assigned Items tab. And here we click Create. And here we have our bucket selected, and that's the correct one. But in this case, we also want to assign an item type. So we're going to choose Proposal Capital Project as our item type. So now we have to enter a name. As well as an item ID. And we're also going to maintain dates here. So we're going to select our planned start and our planned finish date. Let's choose today as our planned start date, and let's choose 8 months from today as our planned finish date. And now we can go ahead and save. So now we're going to open our item again. And what we can do here is, as you can see, we have a variety of items we can fill out here. But what we're interested in taking a look at are the questionnaires for this item. So to access these questionnaires, we go to the Additional Information tab. And first we're going to click on our Probability of Technical Success questionnaire. And so here we're feeling pretty good about our project. We're going to select high for question 1. We're going to select yes for question 2. And for question 3, yes as well. And we're going to also answer the remaining questions and click OK. We also have an assessed risk questionnaire. So we're going to answer these questions as well. And we don't think this project is particularly risky. So we're going to indicate that in our answers here. So now we've filled out both the questionnaires. And the next step is to enter our financial information. So here we're going to enter the launch cost and the development cost. So our launch cost is $1,000, our development costs are $10,000, and we're also going to enter up here the net present value, which is going to be $800,000. So as you can see, the system is calculating based on these values the expected commercial value. And the next step is simply to save. So the next step is to add our proposal item to the review. What portfolio reviews do is provide evaluation abilities that can lead to go or no-go decisions for proposals to go to projects. So here we've clicked on a review item here, and we can see we have several review names, and we're going to select on increase production value. So here we can see our existing review, and now we just click on the Items tab, and we click on Add. And now we have a search box that comes up, and we're going to enter the number we're looking for. And so here now we can see we have our item we just created, and we can go ahead and add that to our review. Now the item has been added to the review, and we can simply save. We can also review the scoreboard for this review as well. So what scoreboards do is allow decision makers to compare items based on numerical indicators and selected scoring models. And so what we can do here is we can click on our scoreboard icon. We have a variety of scoring models set up here. So we're going to select the appropriate one. And now we can see here that each of these items has a score based on the numbers we entered and questionnaire items such as risk. So here we can see that our project here, our item here, our proposal at this point, has a score of 100, so that would be a desirable proposal to follow up on. Now we're going to go back to our portfolio initiatives and take a look at financial planning. So we're going to select our initiative. And from here, we click on the financial and capacity planning icon and click financial planning. And as we can see here, we have several categories. We have actual costs, forecasted costs, planned costs, all these items. And we can see for each of these categories the numbers for this item. We can also do the same thing with capacity planning as well. So to see capacity planning, we just simply click on capacity planning, and we can see values based on whatever unit we're looking at. So as you can see, no capacity planning has occurred for this particular item. So next what we're going to do is convert our proposal item we created into an active item. To do this, we simply select the item, and we're going to click on the change process icon. So first of all, I have to specify an item type. And we're going to specify our version type as snapshot. So as we can see, our item type here has been changed to capital project. So now we're going to go ahead and save this item. So now when we open up our item again, we can see that we now have the option to click the checkbox for create project on saving. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then save the item. As you can see, the portfolio management solution allows you to effectively manage a large portfolio of projects as well as proposals and create projects from those proposals, as well as evaluate the viability of proposals based on a variety of metrics, which can be collected through questionnaires. You can also plan costs and capacity for each portfolio item, as well as take a look at any number of criteria for each item, as well as the status, and quickly and effectively manage a very large portfolio using a variety of views. Additionally, you can quickly switch from a portfolio item to an active item and then create a project from that item directly from portfolio management. And the project can then be managed in the project systems module. More about how this solution can benefit your company, please contact Sabrina Sigourney of Blue Marble Consulting. You can check out our website at simple-sap.com or contact us at either of these two numbers. Thank you.